the phone out of my hand. He ripped out my hair extension. I get it. He was triggered and he was upset. Grabbing the phone out of my hand is so wrong. Like, I'm never okay with somebody like physically removing something from me. And that was very physically abusive. And I know that my hair getting ripped out was a mistake. He didn't mean that, but he did mean to grab my phone.
You know, I want to go back a little bit. Somebody mentioned that last week that in their previous season of the show, there was a point where I think they were at the gym. She had a lollipop in her mouth, I think, or on her hand, or something like that. And Sharper grabbed it out of her hand. And so, you know, obviously this has happened obviously once before. And I guess at the time, you know, she kind of didn't take that information in as she is now. But in this one, it revolves her phone and it revolves her hair. Now, it's a good thing that she's aware of the fact that him grabbing the phone is a no-no, as well as also her hair being taken out as a no-no. But also at the same time, she's also aware that the phone thing was definitely something he did intentionally, but the hair incident was something that happened by mistake. It doesn't mean that she necessarily needs to forgive him or whatnot, but it's the matter of understanding. Do you see what I'm saying, okay? Now, let's play some more.
And doesn't want to hear about my past, so he doesn't know, you know, about the person. But
that reminds me, and then she also talks about her past, you know, talking about she's already been in a relationship before with someone that has been abusive. Now, I would say for the duration of time that they have been together, she would have seen the signs of someone that was going to physically or mentally abuse her at this point. This is something that I reckon that she would have been able to recognize. Now, I get it. Sometimes there's a lot of people who don't recognize these things despite the fact that they have been through that journey before and they've moved on, but they moved on without actually healing. And because they haven't healed, they're more likely and more prone to walk back into that situation. Now, Shekinah's a bit of an interesting one. It's a bit challenging to say whether or not she is healed or not, but she's definitely not someone who's an idiot. You know what I mean? Okay, so there are some brain cells behind this woman. So I do feel like, and I still stick to what I said last week. Some people didn't agree with it, but it is what it is. But I still stick to the fact that I said nobody, in my opinion, should be jumping to say that this was a case of where they've been going through some sort of domestic relationship this whole time. And to say that this was one of the situations where things escalated and unfortunately her hair became a casualty in the situation, you know? And that is something that she's addressing right now. And personally, the way she's addressing it, she's not addressing it in a way of somebody that's necessarily trying to cover up for him. She's addressing it in a way of like, listen, I know that the hair thing was not something he did on purpose, but I know that the phone thing was on purpose. And then also what she says next here pretty much confirms what I'm trying to say here.
The person. But it almost doesn't matter because, like, regardless of the fact that I've experienced that before or not, it's still not okay.
So the fact that she's even letting us know, that, listen, it's still not okay what's happened regardless. You know, even though this may be different to what she's been through in the past, this is still not okay behavior regardless. You know, because she's basically saying that even though she understands that Sarpa is not the same as her ex, that he's not the abusive person that she was with before, she's still putting it out there, but what happened was still not okay. So obviously this is something that needs to be dealt with. To be honest with you, somebody that is not healed wouldn't be saying these words. Somebody that's not an idiot and somebody that has healed to a certain degree, you know, and is trying to do what they can to avoid things, they would say what she said. So that's why I genuinely do believe that their relationship hasn't got this crazy toxic violence behind it in any format. It was literally a matter of where he went too far. And because he's gone too far, obviously the correct approaches obviously need to be done regardless. He still needs to learn and understand what he did was wrong. But hey, let's listen to what he had to say.
I overreacted at that moment. It was totally a mistake. I could more calm. Of course, I don't want to hurt Shekinah, her to be happy. That's all.
Now, I want you to notice when he's talking in these scenes, right? He keeps talking about how I did wrong, how I, you know, do not want to put any harm onto my woman, okay? He is taking full accountability. There isn't a part where he says, oh, even though I know that I went too far, she should have never done this. He's not even trying to flip it. He's not even trying to say that it was her fault. And there is no justification whatsoever. No signs of any kind of narcissism traits in what he's saying. He's been fully projecting that. Don't get me wrong. Somebody who is a master manipulator would know to do this regardless, 1000%. But generally speaking, when I listen to what she had to say, and then I'm listening to what he has to say, I feel like both of their stories of the events are pretty much the same. And let's be real, for them to be the same is a very key factor.
I said that I'm so sorry and apologize for a million times.
My apologies. So obviously when we look back here, I apologize to you 1,000 times. I'm sorry. I don't want to be the old stopper again. I'm so happy this version of me with you. Now, some people may think maybe he's referring to the fact that maybe he's been violent in the past, blah, 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 blah. No, I think he's basically talking about how he doesn't want to be the man that basically gives up on relationships and just lets it be. You know, he wants to be the man that actually welcomes a relationship. And when things go south, he wants to be apologetic and he wants to still move forward. You know, can't you write at least one thing to me? Let's have a look, keep going. Okay. I'm so regretful, so overwhelming, I can't survive without you. So to be honest with you, when it comes to his apologies, honestly, like I give this man credit, you know what I mean? I'm really trying my best to not say that anymore. Do you know what I mean? It's annoying me, man. I'll get rid of it at some point. Anyway, let's continue.
She can live and go, and if she does it, I understand, because I deserve that with my stupid temper.
You see, again, accountability again. Understand that he is the one that is messed up, and he understands if she leaves because his temper got the best of him. But because he's taking the accountability for his temper, that means, or it should mean, that he's in a position where he's looking to fix it. He's looking to take advantage of that by, you know, doing better moving forward.
If she replies, I am ready to do everything for her.
Listen, some of us are going to have divided opinions. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that people are going to be wrong if they do believe that their relationship is always contested of domestic violence or whatnot. I mean, you're entitled to obviously have your own opinion because you may see signs that I don't see. I mean, to be honest with you, one thing that I do find wild is when people say, oh, you can tell that, you know, you shouldn't speak about things if you haven't been through it. Like, bruh, you don't know what I've been through. You know what I mean? Like, you have no idea what I've been through. And trust me when I tell you, yeah, I've definitely been with someone. Yeah, I can tell you that much. And not only have I been with someone, at the same time, currently in my life, I have a friend, okay, who currently just came out of one. So believe me, for those people who just don't want to disagree, it's okay to disagree with me, but then they say, oh, I don't know what I'm talking about because clearly I haven't been through it before or whatever. Blasphemy. Yeah. At the end of the day, it's just that some of us, we've gone through a stage of our life now where we've healed, we've understood certain things, but we're not going to sit here and just throw people under the bus at the first sign of something that says, oh, this could be it. You know, it's like when black people throw the race car just for the sake of it. Like, what the hell, man? Like, calm yourself down. But nonetheless, though, the bottom line is this. For me personally right now, and I'm hoping that I'm right because I don't want to be wrong. I don't want to find out that, yes, their relationship really has had some terrible turmoil, some terrible domestics, you know, because that's the worst case scenario. So I hope that my analysis so far regarding their situation is correct, okay? Because that means that these two are having a relationship that is, I don't want to use the word safe, but they're having a relationship that doesn't involve that type of madness, you know? I can't believe I'm saying it, but honestly, when I look at what she's saying, and look at what he's saying, and I look at his body language, I look at her body language, I look at his delivery, I look at her delivery, honestly, I don't see anything that tells me that their relationship has been domestic this whole time. Literally, all I'm seeing is that an incident happened, and it's a matter of whether or not these two want to work on it or not. Obviously, we do know they worked on it because Sapa's now in the States, for the people who don't know. I have spoke about that previously in another video, but he is now in America with Shekinah, so yeah. With that being said, let me know your thoughts. We can talk about it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, peace.